All right. Happy, what is today? Wednesday. Um, Back at it, you guys, with another demo of Art Helper. I just had so much fun playing around with this thing. And as we normally do, I need a guinea pig that is willing to offer up the images from their Instagram profile so I can demo Art Helper. Comment for early access to Art Helper. I'm leaving a comment here. I've been exploring this notion recently of how do you add humor, okay, to your social media posts, and really specifically, how do you do it to Instagram? Because most of you guys are doing the majority of your marketing on Instagram, and I'm sitting here streaming on Instagram. So if one of you is game to be a guinea pig, okay, and has an image, has an Instagram profile I can scrape right now for images, let me know in the comments, and I will take a look at your Instagram profile and show you how, with Art Helper, which is our newest product, how you can seriously level up the humor that you have in your social media marketing. And I think it's like one of the most powerful things that you can possibly do, because what do most people do? They just give the artwork some sort of a normal description, right? Like you would always give. And all right, so he's first. I'm gonna go to his site first. All right, so Keyman art. So I've been playing around with this a ton, and I want to show this to you guys. Is that right? Keyman art. Oh, that's not coming up on Instagram, so something's wrong with that. I need somebody else that's willing to give me their Instagram profile so I can play with your images while I'm doing this. Yeah, Catherine, love that you bought it. It's like this notion of adding humor, you guys. It takes a post that would ordinarily just be kind of okay, and I want to show you like how quickly you could turn it into just like, wow, this is just really hilarious. Like, there's no chance that people are going to be able to just scroll past this because it is too doggone funny. All right, so Keyman Inc. came back with part 2. Keyman.inc. Let's just see if that's it. Oops, sorry. Instagram. All right, bear with me, guys. It's never easy doing this live. Keyman.inc. Is that even possible on Instagram? Let's see if it is. We'll see if this is you. Keyman, you only have 4 posts. You're not giving me a lot to work with there, right? But at the same time, I will work with what I have. So I want to show you this. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is Art Helper, and it's an AI that just helps you do a bunch of art marketing related tasks, really just art business related tasks. And so I just downloaded one of this gentleman's images, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this image, okay, and I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to show how you would potentially add humor to this image when you post it, right? And let's see what Keyman did for his caption. So he did 3 waves, okay? Really feels like you're phoning this one in here, Keyman, and I see that it's actually a reel, but I'm assuming that this is the actual artwork. It is. Okay, and so you've got 3 waves in there, right? And let me go back to Art Helper. I've uploaded the image now. And by the way, the killer feature that Art Helper has right out of the gate, some of you guys have seen this already, some of you not, but I really love it, is the minute that you upload an image to this particular AI, what it does is it instantaneously spits out 3 room mock-ups for the image. Okay, and this is obviously like kind of a weird sized room mock-up or weird sized image, so it looks a little strange on it, sort of because it's got the white background around it in the original. But it instantaneously gives you 3 room mock-ups that you can download in just a second. And then in addition to that, if you click this little like 3 button down here, you can see it opens up literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of room mock-up in situ type situations. And what's cool on the search engine is you can say, frame the art for me, right? And what it'll do is it'll only show you the art in frames. Or you could put white furniture in this like little search engine. I realize I'm getting off topic because I wanted to show you guys the humor. White furniture, right? And it'll show to you just white furniture, and you can see that it's cropped here. It's cropped because I have to get out of there. It's cropped because I have to show it off in this weird version to get it to work for Instagram. But you can download these images immediately and just have them. It's honestly the first killer feature of this whole thing, right? But okay, so the challenge has been thrown down. How can I make this post humorous? And again, you can see what Keyman Sales did here. He did 3 waves, right? Well, when you just give the 3 waves like that, emojis, and I get that it's a reel, but again, that's the artwork. You're not giving Instagram any context on what the heck the image is, right? So number one, you generally want to give your post on Instagram when you can some context, so Instagram knows what the heck it is that you're trying to sell in this case, or promote in this case, which is this piece of artwork. And so let me go to the product description. Where is it? Product description. And this is a Spark, and I'm going to turn off custom rules. Okay. And a bunch of you guys have played with AIs, right? You mostly know how they work. Well, we've trained one. We sort of custom trained one to mention artwork the way that we like artwork mentioned, meaning the language that lets people know that this art is actually not just a pretty picture, it is for sale, and that they can buy it, right? So we have some things in here that are sort of unique and nuanced to, do that, right? To do that. But, okay, it's going to look at the image. Let me just clear this session and start over. So it's going to look at Keyman Art's image here, right? And it's going to come out with a description, and I'll zoom in on this so we can read it. So introducing a mesmerizing piece that beautifully embodies the calming influence of blue tones. The artwork features an intricate interplay of text and pattern, creating a dynamic design that invites exploration, right? I want to focus the rest of this session just on how to make these things really, really funny. So I'm going to say, let me see, how would I get creative about this? Rewrite this description as if you were a 4-year-old, right? And I'm going to tell the AI to rewrite the description as if I was a 4-year-old, okay? This pretty picture is all about blue. It has fun shapes and swirls that look like soft clouds or waves. The colors dance together, making everything calm and feel happy, right? It feels like a cool breeze on a sunny day. So what I can instantly do is come in here, and on my social media update, this is what I would do. So I just asked a 4-year-old to describe my latest work. Want to hear what he said? Question mark, right? And so do you see how I took a piece? Okay, I took a piece in this case, and I said, so I just asked a 4-year-old to describe my latest work. Want to hear what he said? What if, as you were scrolling down in your feed, instead of 3 waves, it said, I just asked a 4-year-old to describe my latest work. Want to hear what he said? Do you see instantaneously like how much more, how much better of a hook it is, really, right? Like when you're dealing with this individual piece of artwork, and you could have done a nice framed version in a house or a beach tone, and then like, hey, like ask a 4-year-old. Okay, I'm going to see who else has volunteered. I saw one, Pinups and Paint. No, I'm actually fired up to talk about it. Pinups and Paint. I'm really enjoying just like playing with it, and I can't wait to see how many of you guys, what you guys all end up using it for. And by the way, if anybody wants to get on the early invite list for this thing, you can go to arthelper.ai if you just want to remember what the website is. But if you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, you can just leave a comment with the words AHA, AHA. You can see it's in the pinned comment, and that will work for you. Okay, so there'll be some interesting subject matter material here. I can't resist that one. I've got to download that. That's not the final. Well, these are just Reels covers, but I'm going to take it anyway. Okay, let me get another interesting one. And I love that it's not all just artwork, and we have some lovely, social media posts of you, Pinups and Paint, because that's what you got to do, right? Let me see. Most of these are Reels. You're doing great in your marketing here. You've got some good in process. Okay. All right. I'll show you. I'll get that one. I'll get that one. So I just have a plugin, by the way, that lets me download images on Instagram. I promise I'm not stealing your work. I'm just going to add these things to Art Helper, turn the little thing off, browse files, grab this one, grab this one, grab this one, open. All right. Like, I come to realize the more of these things that I do, and like the more demoing that I do, like you guys are literally just limited to what your creativity can do in terms of punching up your social media updates to such a level. It's like staggering to think about. Where's the one with the cat? Okay, that's the one. All right. So we've got a cat, presumably a famous fixture, although I don't know who it is. Is it, Katharine Hepburn, or is it someone? I don't know. So I am going to, what would be a creative way I would do it? And if we go back, let's see what her description is, because I always love seeing what you guys do for your descriptions. All right, Pinups and Paint. So let's see what you said about this one. You said, whenever the suitcase comes out at my house, my little feline companions know exactly how to tug at my heartstrings. It felt like the only fitting title of this piece, The Guilt Trip. It's actually a really good caption. So you did a great job with this caption, and surprise, surprise. Look how many comments you have in this. You're crushing it. I love it. So you've got a really, really good caption here already. But you obviously, you're probably way better at writing than most artists, because most artists phone this portion in, because it's hard to do, right? Like, it takes a ton of time, right? So whenever the suitcase comes out of my house, my little feline companions know exactly how to tug at my heartstrings. How would I tune this one up creatively? Okay, I'm going to be cheeky again. So let's see what I can do here. All right, so I'm going to go to the product description Spark. And again, I'll make this bigger so you can see it. And so one of the things that Art Helper does that makes it cooler than most AIs, at least on the shelf, is that, like, it makes it really easy to tune in a custom voice. So you can tune in custom voices by sort of blending these different voice tones, I guess is an appropriate way to say it. So I could go friendly, so I could go funny, witty, and emotional, right? And I'm going to dial that in. And what that does is that creates that type of a voice, a blend of that type of a voice. And what it's going to do is it's going to go in and now write with that type of voice, which is really, really cool. So let's see. Step into a world of playful elegance with this delightful illustration featuring a stylish figure and her inquisitive feline companion. So what I could potentially do here to tweak this, just to make it funny, because I think making it funny is great. Please rewrite the description as if the elegant woman in this picture both hates and loves this cat. Specifically, the cat just threw up on her shoes. Let's see what that comes out as. And my larger point of doing this is, like, Instagram by and large is so flooded with images. It doesn't matter even if your image is like one of the most beautiful things in the entire world. You need all the help you can get to stop the scroll. You need all the help you can get to make the content more engaging. And social media has the unique opportunity to, like, really resonate with scenarios that come up, especially for cat lovers, right? So step into the whimsical world where elegance meets mischief. This charming illustration features a stylish woman caught in a delightful dilemma as her fashionable feline companion has just pulled off the ultimate faux pas, hurling on her pristine shoes. Please rewrite this in the comedic voice of Dave Chappelle, right? And you can continue tuning these things up so quickly. And in the earlier example, I love Hate Chronicles, feline drama unleashed, right? So, like, what if you just had that as Love Hate Chronicles, feline drama unleashed? And when you go to this, and obviously I'm on the web version, so this is not what most people see, on Instagram, right? Like this split thing view. Most of us, what we're used to seeing is what we see on this, where you're just scrolling and you go through and you can just see a little bit of it, right? But in this case, up there, final reveal, it said Love Hate Chronicles, feline drama unleashed. Welcome to the wild world of cat ownership. It gives you this opportunity to, like, immediately dive into various different subject matter tropes. And there's so many different ones that you could potentially play off with, like the crazy cat lady alone, that are like nothing out there has ever even done. It's sort of like wild, right? And Pinups and Paint's asking me, like, assuming that these AIs are trained to work with social media, the only, like, AI and algorithms as it goes to social media, you don't have to stress about that for even one heartbeat, because you just need to know what their job is. Okay. And their job is to keep people on Instagram not leaving, consuming content, and happy. The algorithm just equals attention. Pinups and Paint. That's all it cares about. So if you're if you, as a result of your content, are increasing the time that people are spending on the platform, you're winning. They're going to show your content to more people. So, trying to understand the algorithm or trying to chase the algorithm is like such a fool's errand, because it's a black box. They don't ever tell you what it is. They're changing it all the time. But if you just understand algorithm equals attention, you're dialed. Because all you have to do is just say, what is going to keep people on this platform for longer, right? And what's beautiful too about social media, and I mean, you can see in this case, you posted, sorry, I've got to zoom all over the place. You've posted this beautiful image at least once, twice. There she is in another state of getting ready. There's the actual cat, the culprit, right? So you could very quickly get in a scenario where with the help of AI, right? And like, I'm especially like, I'm looking at all of these various different pieces that you have, right? And you have a reel here where the cat is obviously involved in getting, like cats getting involved in the middle of the artwork process, right? And assuming it's that piece or it's a different one, but you've got more than enough to load up a carousel here, right? And then tell a completely hilarious cat story. And you could go back to this and you could say, okay, I'm going to completely nuke this description. Why isn't it? Oh, because I'm editing. Done. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this. You guys, this is the hardest thing to demo because it's like portrait size on Instagram. And anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. Please rewrite this description in 3 parts, telling the story of how the cat did this, that, and the other, right? And why I say 3 parts is you have great ammo in here already of this work in process and a picture of the cat, right? And so, it just really helps me plan out what I would potentially do. And like, if I did a carousel, and you can tell this thing anything, right? Like, one, you can have it write in someone's comedic style, or you can have it write in your voice. You can tell it like, hey, I am working on an Instagram carousel post. It's going to have 10 images. I need to tell a story. And then boom, you let this thing just go through, and you can edit anything that you need. You can copy, you can paste, and it just makes the whole process so much easier. And, I've really been playing around with this notion of like, come up with someone that is going to describe your artwork, right? And it can be anyone in any capacity, any of you guys, okay? Come up with somebody that's famous, that has at least enough body of work that an AI would have trained on whoever it is. So it can be musicians, it can be poets, it can be anyone that writes, it can be anyone media visible, it could anyone famous at all. And then this notion of ask the AI to describe the artwork like they're that person, and then edit the hook to do it, right? And let's just say, please write this. God, this little zoom in thing is driving me nuts. Please write this description. And what I got to do is I have to clear the session. When you clear the session on Art Helper, by the way, Brandon, it's kind of like in Men in Black when you hold up that little nebulizer thing and it flashes their memory out. So that'll always clear it out. Okay, so please rewrite this description as if Rihanna was singing a song about this cat. Let's just say, right? Rihanna. Okay, boom. So now it's going to take because it scanned everything that Rihanna's wrote. It's now going to act like Rihanna's singing voice is talking about this cat, right? And then you just come and change the hook. I asked Rihanna to sing a song about my cat. And this is what she came back with. Right. And then I might do like a little emoji pointing down, and instantaneously, like, to be really, really good as an artist at both creating the work and all of that creativity, and then having that same level of creativity in writing is just like, that's just not a skill set most in this planet are blessed with. And I find that like through the use of AI in an intelligent fashion like that, you can take posts that just wouldn't be hilarious and turn them into hilarious in just like a short period of time. And when you think about it, what a competitive edge, because nobody is doing that. It's so hard to do that nobody is doing that, right? So you have this incredible opportunity where get it to write something creative, contemplate a voice that it can write in. And I realize I've got to like do a little practice. So I just have 10 home runs. And like, look, AIs aren't perfect. Sometimes they're going to hallucinate. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. But my goodness, talk about just punching up the copy. It's like having a writer at your disposal, and not just one writer, a whole bunch of different writers, which I think is really, really interesting. So super excited to see where this goes. I'm going to keep doing more and more and more demos as we ship more and more and more sparks and features and this and that in there. And we really just want to have fun with this thing and build this thing in public and let you guys, you know, contribute whatever you want in terms of ideas. You know, we've got this cool little thing like where once you get into it, like whatever you guys want it to do, you tell us what you want it to do. And you can see how it's like voted up here, right? Like this one's got 26 votes and this one's got 14 votes. And then we have like a roadmap, which is really fun. So the plan features that we're going to do, and then we've got what's in progress already, and then we've got what's complete, and we're moving really, really quickly on this thing to just make it like the ultimate base layer to help you guys be more efficient in your marketing, more efficient in your business, and yeah, really just help you guys grow it. So right now it's only available to customers. If a customer refers you, I can either confirm or deny that they might be able to let you get into it. So if you know any customers, that's a key one that's in it. But otherwise, we're just making sure to see that it's stable right now, because we've let a bunch of users in like the last 2 weeks. If it is early January, anybody's going to be able to join. So if you want to get on the VIP list, you know, you can either leave a comment on here on Instagram with the words AI, and I'll send you a DM to get in here. Otherwise, there's a wait list on the website, and the website is just arthelper.ai. And you can get in here, and there's like little things that we have you do, like follow us on Instagram for plus 10 points. And that'll move you up in the line. And again, you can just get that at arthelper.ai. But I don't know, I think there's a lot of killer features in this thing already, and we're advancing. I mean, just the room mockups alone, the fact that you like don't have to do anything at all, and instantaneously you can have just about any room mockup that you want. And like we're going to come out with so many different room scenes for this. You're going to be able to upload your own if you're inclined. You're going to be able to save certain ones. You know, you can type different wall colors, different furniture styles. Like there's no end in sight that we're going to take this to. And it's like once you're in here and you find one that you like, boom, you download it and you have it, right? It's like ready to go. It's ready to go. You're in and it's on. So yeah, and there's no limits either. We're not like doing any of that limit nonsense. You know, you can do as many descriptions, as many different product titles. And, you know, I was showing this off earlier, which I really, really like. But let's go to her pinup drawing here. You know, even just trying to understand, like, okay, I have this artwork. Who would potentially like this artwork? Are there any audiences for this artwork? What venues might I get this artwork into? Like, I'm really enjoying this like Facebook group finder and the Reddit finder. And so what it does is the AI looks at the image, okay? And after it looks at the image, it goes and queries Facebook. So it's kind of little marketing automation stuff. Goes and queries Facebook with the information that it has on the image. And it goes and looks for groups that would potentially love an image like this, right? And so, okay, I've got, and what was your name? It's Trish? I think it's Trish. Trish Zuvi. Okay, calling you Trish. So in Trish's case, Trish could have created this piece of artwork. And yeah, okay, we know it's pinups, and anyone that like loves 50s pinups would probably like really thoroughly enjoy, you know, having a piece like this. But what are some of the other groups on Facebook that potentially would be interested in this and that are like decent sized groups? Okay, so vintage, fashion, uncovered. And what I like doing is I like just going down the rabbit hole, okay, of the various different groups on Facebook, because there's so many disparate interests that is like so insane, right? And you end up getting ideas, right? Like you end up getting incredible ideas. And maybe she goes into this group and she knows what she wants to draw and what she loves because it's iconic. But my goodness, like I look at this group and I'm like, look at some of these photos. Like number one, there might be some photo inspiration here, right? Number two, depending on how quickly you can make those sketches. I saw somebody doing this earlier in another group. they would like look at a post that's a photograph, quickly sketch it, and then return it as a sketch. They were doing that in a parrot group earlier, but it was really, really impressive. So anyway, there's one Facebook group. It's like, okay, that's vintage fashion lovers, glamour photography, vintage cat collectors. What the heck is vintage cat collectors? 1,700 members. Oh, that's vintage cat eye marble, not eye marble. Kitschy cat vintage collectors. I mean, it's like some of this stuff, like, does this even exist? Now these little cat figurines. It's crazy. It's crazy having something look and tell you where there might be a tribe, where there might be an audience, where there might be people that are like super engaged with this work that you just created. And it's wild. And so, you know, right out of the gates, Art Helper does this on Facebook and Reddit. And so you can see now it's going to scan the image, and now it's going to go see, is there anything on Reddit that would potentially love pinup pictures? And, you know, I don't know if the AI is caught in this case that it's a pinup picture or not, but I find that like I really just enjoy not going in with an agenda when I look at these groups. Like, I just want to go in and see like what creative stuff is being posted in these groups that I never even knew existed, right? And there's something about like just the creative sandbox of it, right? Like figuring out these cool 50s vintage things, 60s vintage things that you could do. So some of the early things that you can do. And of course, you know, it's amazing to have an AI, you guys, where all of your work is just saved and it'll never go anywhere. And you can come in and work on it, and you can process it and give it a title and give it a description and write an email and do all the things that AI can do. But most importantly, it's all saved here, right? And you're not getting logged in and logged out every 2 seconds, and you're not constantly having to retrain the voice. So already we really like what it does. And by the way, for those of you guys that are in already, if you invite artists, they might be able to sign up now. Just saying that as a pro tip. There you go. But again, if you guys want to get early access, as soon as we let everyone in January, there's a wait list. It's arthelper.ai. And as soon as we get through Christmas and New Year's and make sure that we didn't let too many people in and the whole thing's stable and it's good to go, everybody can join. You don't have to be an Art Storefronts customer at all. And you know, we have a ton of sculptors in here already, and a ton of crafters. Like, it's not just wall art specific. Obviously the room mock-ups are, but we're going to start making them so they work with sculpture, so they work with like literally any artistic creations at all. So that is sort of the game plan. So yeah, you can get on the wait list, arthelper.ai, or if you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching on Instagram, you can just leave a comment with the words AHA, and then my little bot will send you a link into your DMs, so you don't have to like leave Instagram and go to a website. But that is the ball game. Can't wait to see what all of you guys do with it, and you know, ultimately how you stop going from a one-man band, from a solopreneur, from, you know, an individual, to like feel like you have a staff, feel like you have some employees that can help you with these things that just never get done. I mean, the fact that you can like take an image, the second you upload it, you have room mockups. The second you upload it, you have it write a title, you have it write a description, you have it write a social media post, you have it write a blog post, you have it write an email. And yeah, AI did that, but you tuned the voice, you massaged it a little bit. And like, how many artists find that daunting? Like, it's hard not to create the damn piece, let alone do all of these other things, let alone go to some other app and get room mockups, and then a title, and then a description, and then an email, and then a social post, and then find groups. And it's like, there's something about just having a base layer with all of your images in it that make the processing and going through the thing like so cool, you know? And, you know, when you think about these little tweaks that you can do to it, these little, you know, informational tweaks, you can, it's like having a staff of writers. It's like having a staff of creatives at your fingertip. You just have to put them to work. So very excited to see about where this whole thing goes. Very excited to get all of you guys access. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And thanks for hanging out and checking out Art Helper Pro. Bye, guys.